What if everything you've ever done, every word, every war, every whisper, wasn't just witnessed by history, but by something else? Imagine Earth not as a wild frontier of life, but as a carefully maintained exhibit, a zoo, watched silently by alien eyes. No cages, no signs, just observation. And all this time, we never even knew. We were the animals on display. Welcome to the zoo hypothesis. It's one of the most unsettling solutions to the Fermi Paradox. Why, in a universe brimming with stars, haven't we heard from anyone else? The zoo hypothesis says we haven't because we're not allowed to. Imagine a galactic civilization so advanced they've chosen to quarantine Earth, to watch us evolve naturally without interference. Like biologists watching animals in a preserve, like zookeepers watching lions from behind glass. We are the primitive species, still throwing spears at each other, still arguing over borders and beliefs, not yet ready to join the interstellar conversation. And so, they wait and they watch. Why would they hide? Maybe because they've seen what happens when a powerful species discovers a weaker one. When Europeans met isolated tribes, it didn't end with handshakes and songs. It ended with conquest, disease, extinction. Now reverse that. What if we're the tribe, and they, the conquerors who choose not to conquer? Maybe they hide out of ethics, a strict code to never interfere with less developed civilizations, prime directive style. Or maybe they just don't care. To them, we might be too primitive, too chaotic, like ants warring in a garden they built long ago. Or worse, maybe they hide because they fear what we could become. After all, look at what we do to each other. Would you invite that to your galaxy? What if it's not silence, but surveillance? What if Earth is part of a vast interstellar zoo, and we're the ones behind the glass? You wake up, go to work, scroll your feed, unaware that somewhere above, eyes are watching, logging, recording. Our wars, our jokes, our dreams. To them, we might be fascinating. A young species caught in its adolescence. Emotional, violent, beautiful, chaotic. Maybe they observe us like we watch wild gorillas. Curious, unpredictable, not quite ready for contact. Maybe they've even built viewing stations, hidden cloaked satellites orbiting silently, streaming Earth live in 4D across the galaxy. And when we look up at the stars, they look back from just beyond reach. If we really were part of some cosmic zoo, wouldn't there be signs? Maybe we've already seen them, but dismissed them. Unusual signals from space, like the famous WOW signal, a 72-second burst of radio waves from deep space that never repeated, never explained. Or sudden disappearances of probes, malfunctions that engineers couldn't trace. Some physicists even suggest there could be techno-signatures we haven't learned to recognize, like cloaked satellites or gravitational anomalies just beyond our instruments. Could some UFO sightings be glimpses of monitoring drones, not visiting, but stationed? And what about human evolution itself? Our sudden leap in intelligence? Was it really just chance? We don't know. But if we are being watched, then the watchers are very good at staying hidden. What happens if the animals realize they're in a zoo? Some scientists believe we've been too quiet for too long, that we should scream into the void, force a reaction. This is called active SETI or METI, messaging extraterrestrial intelligence. Send out a clear, undeniable signal, not just listening, but speaking. Some want to broadcast Earth's location, culture, even our DNA. Others say that's suicide. What if breaking the silence is like tapping on the glass of a tiger's cage? Would they answer? Would they change their experiment? Or would they shut it down completely? Maybe this is the ultimate test. If we're smart enough to figure out we're in a zoo, are we wise enough to handle the consequences of speaking up? If we are in a zoo, is there a way out? Not just by shouting into the stars, not by rage or rebellion, but by evolving. Maybe escape means reaching their level, becoming beings worthy of contact. Civilization, type 1, 2, maybe 3. A species that doesn't destroy itself when it gets power. What if the zoo isn't a prison, but a test? Maybe they're waiting, watching, hoping that one day we'll crack the cage, not with weapons, but with wisdom. And when we do, the zookeepers become the greeters. The walls come down, and the stars open up like a blooming flower. The question is, are we ready?